Hi, all, and welcome. Thank you for giving us your time today and letting us present to you our marketing strategy for Queen Anne's potential entry into the Australian market. Our team is small, made up of Serena Carbone and myself, Jake Brand. By now, hopefully, you all have a copy of our report, and today we will be presenting it to you our key findings. As a chocolate manufacturer, if Queen Anne's was to enter the Australian market, it would be classified as part of the 1182 confectionery manufacturing industry. This industry includes heavyweight companies such as Mondelez Australia, Mars Wrigley, and Nestle. We can look at chocolate's 74% or $5.8 billion market share and forecasted increases in household disposable income as great signs for Queen Anne. However, except for a slight peak in 2016, the profit margin of the confectionery manufacturing industry has steadily declined since it peaked in 2014. In 2014 and 2023 onwards, it has stagnated at 3%, and the forecast is that this will continue at this level into 2026. Competition from imports, variable cocoa prices, Australia's high labour costs, and a rising health consciousness have made it increasingly difficult for the Australian confectionery manufacturing industry to sustain growth in its profit margins. We have put a question mark against the health consciousness point. On the surface, this may appear to be a drawback for Queen Anne's, but as we will show you throughout our report, and as all great companies do, this change in the market can be utilised as a competitive advantage and to differentiate Queen Anne's chocolates from the competition. We will show you how this health consciousness creates opportunity for brands by carefully managing the quality and type of ingredients that they use, such as gluten-free options. To begin, we have looked at two potential market segments: the socially aware ethics and inclusion segment and the health conscious ingredients and health segment. The socially aware segment is highly educated with a large income. They're Gen X baby boomers living in the inner suburbs of major cities. They're socially aware with a social progressive helix persona who cares deeply about ethics, sustainability, and the environment. They want companies who also share these values, and they will show loyalty to these companies in return. The health conscious segment are once again highly educated with a large income. However, a lower age bracket made up of Gen Z and millennials. They have the Metro Tex Helix or Experiences Val's persona. The health conscious segment values a healthy lifestyle and high quality premium products and service, and they're not afraid to pay for it. With this in mind, our target market is the health conscious segment. Making up approximately 39% of market share, Gen Z and millennials is a larger segment of the population to begin with. They are tech savvy, frequent users of social media, and very conscious of their health and image. They often live on the city fringes in dense areas, either renting apartments or living with parents. This growing segment looks for products that can offer gluten-free, sugar-free, natural flavored options, and as our report shows, there is a growing population seeking out gluten-free as a healthier option in general, not just due to personal allergy concerns. This target market will continue to grow. As Witherington states, Gen Alpha has been brought up with a deeper connection between diet and overall well-being. Once this generation becomes consumers with their own purchasing power, healthier alternatives are going to increase in demand even further, making it very attractive market now and in the future. The first way Queen Anne will differentiate is in its product. Queen Anne will need to be the leader in gourmet gluten-free chocolates, chocolate cakes produced through high-quality regulated systems with high-quality ingredients, traceability, and transparency. The products offered will be 100% gluten-free always. This will ensure trust within the celiac community and all those that prefer healthier alternatives for their treats. Secondly, Queen Anne's channel and service need to match these incredibly high-quality products. They must provide a prestigious service within Queen Anne's boutiques, where guests can experience the ceremonial indulgence of Queen Anne's chocolates, creating an experience guests can't wait to share with the ones they care for most. Queen Anne can fill a gap in the market for high-end chocolate food experiences branded as boutiques that have guests, not customers, giving them a five-star experience offering chocolates, chocolate cakes, and chocolate fountains. These are perfect for birthdays, hens parties, high teas, or cake tastings for events. Queen Anne needs to offer more for more. They will need to offer the highest quality and most trusted gluten-free, sugar-free natural ingredients, ensuring customers identify their brand as the most trusted and transparent chocolate manufacturer. Offering this superior value over the competition will mean Queen Anne can get a higher return on its products because of this added value. This will position Queen Anne well away from competitors such as Cadbury, who offer cheaper, low-quality ingredients for mass production, and above other handcrafted chocolate manufacturers who don't offer the same traceability and transparency with their products. This leads us to our positioning statement. Conscientious consumers trust Queen Anne chocolates to treat them with care, as Queen Anne have high quality systems and regulations in place that provide complete traceability and transparency. Experiencing Queen Anne chocolates is experience layers of care. I'll now pass over to Serena, who will begin with our product strategy.
Thanks, Jake. Now I'll run through our 4 Ps of product strategy. Our product, pricing, placement, and promotional strategies that we recommend for Queen Anne moving into the Australian market. Firstly, as seen in the above table, we have assessed your current product mix. We believe Queen Anne can do more so that it can fill an untapped niche in the Australian market. Looking at 3 levels of product, we would like you to focus on prestigious, shared, indulgent chocolate experiences and celebrations as your core product offering. Your current product mix could be extended to include a nod to your past bakery origins. The bakery portion of the business will produce specialty gluten-free chocolate cakes. This can tap into your target market's appetite for shared experiences. As a niche service, Queen Anne could have boutique stores that not only sell your premium chocolates, but also have small private dining rooms for Queen Anne to provide these premium chocolate experiences. Currently, the Australian event cake market doesn't have a company that purely focuses on gluten-free chocolate flavoured cakes alone. We see these cakes to be an extension of the flavours already existing within the chocolate range. To help clients choose their type of cake for an upcoming event, some cake suppliers in Australia do offer cake tastings in the form of a tastings box to take away or within consulting sessions. What these suppliers fail to do is to market from an experiencer's point of view. Although these tasting sessions are on their website, it is not a primary focus within their product services. We want Queen Anne to take advantage of this available opportunity by providing not only a specialty cake for events, but also created shared experiences and memories for guests in the lead up to the event in the form of indulgent cake tasting experiences. You can see I have listed some other experiences such as kitchen tea, hens experience, and high tea experiences that could also become an extension of the experiences product line. In the product table, alongside some products we have suggested, we have also suggested augmented products to provide added value. Here I will focus on just one of them. Offering free delivery for your cakes to the event not only adds value, but allows you to guarantee perfection in setup, styling, and final presentation of the cake, providing quality from beginning to end for this product. In relation to product life cycle, the chocolate and confectionery market for both New Zealand and Australia is mature, with Australia on the decline. It would be extremely difficult, virtually impossible, to compete against the large players. There are opportunities within premium boutique chocolate industry, although this is also becoming competitive. As Jake previously stated, Queen Anne needs to provide more for more. Our major product pricing strategy includes using customer value-based, or you could say price ceiling, for Queen Anne products and services. Price ceiling being the most that your target market would pay for your products and services. We can justify having premium prices as your premium products and services come with gluten-free assurance and high-quality ingredients. Both add to the high input costs and higher production costs. This alongside with the value adds that I mentioned on the previous slide justify charging premium prices. Queen Anne will provide more for a target audience that are happy to pay more for guaranteed quality. The diagram here, which we found in Shen's report, leads us nicely from pricing strategy to product placement. Within the pricing strategy, we suggest that you make use of supply-induced scarcity. There is a proven psychological effect that you can increase desirability by limiting availability. By limiting availability, it can increase customers' perception of exclusivity, further positioning it as a premium product. Moving on to my next slide, we delve deeper into our distribution and logistics strategy. Here you can see that we have created a multi-channel distribution strategy for Queen Anne. This will mean that Queen Anne will provide its products and services direct to consumer through company-owned platforms and specialty boutiques. This enables tighter quality control, easier traceability and transparency measures, which is important to the brand's positioning as a premium product. Barton's report shows evidence that the most effective scarcity tool to use for experiences is supply-based scarcity. Quoting Barton, under quantity restrictions, supply-based scarcity cues articulate that the supply of the product is restricted via limited production or distribution channels. Supply-based scarcity has the largest effect on purchase intentions. Limiting the number of physical bricks and mortar stores increases the brand's image through scarcity strategies, creating consumer perceived exclusivity, as limiting boutiques limits the availability of bookings for in-store experiences. These boutiques would be in prestigious inner city suburbs of Sydney and Melbourne, as this is where you will find your target market. Moving on to the online world. ABS data show online retail trade continues to grow, reaching 4.7 billion in June 2025. With the continuing rise of online shopping, an online presence is essential. This leads us to our final section, which is your promotional strategy. I will begin with digital marketing, as this will have the greatest effect on your ability to thrive. Meltwater provide the following statistics. 36.8% of Australian internet users use product and brand websites as a primary source for online brand research. Therefore, investment in a user-friendly website is important. Also, we must not forget that it needs to be mobile-friendly. 62.5% of Australian internet users use search engines as a primary source for online brand research. Therefore, investment in search engine optimization is crucial. Given the increasing popularity of social media platforms, a brand's social media presence and advertising is essential for success. As you can see from these graphs provided by Meltwater and Statista, your target market of millennials and Gen Z are high users of social media platforms. Facebook being millennials' first preference and Instagram is the first preference for Gen Z. Facebook and Instagram are clearly the most popular social media apps, with YouTube and TikTok not far behind. Our promotional mix recommendations. Digital marketing is now by far the most important form of marketing and allows for easy, cost-effective data collection for your customer database. Maintaining a database allows for personalized communications direct to consumers based on the data collected. There are strategic digital marketing methods and functions that can lead consumers to your website, social media pages, and perform roles to encourage purchases and bookings. For example, you can use QR codes on packaging and call to action functions when consumers land on your website, social media pages, and on your advertising campaigns. When consumers do this, it will trigger algorithms to keep your posts and advertisements in their feeds. Social media posts and campaigns should be used to raise brand awareness. Having a social media presence allows for easy consumer interactivity between consumer to consumer and consumer to brand, which creates a community and brand connection. This builds trust with the brand. Public relations. Public relations should be used to create positive brand associations. We have the following suggestions for PR. An opening launch event inviting press leading to a press release. A charity fundraising ball on certain birthdays which involve promotional competitions such as ticket giveaways, free swing dance lessons for consumers that are following your social media page and do likes, tags, shares for the campaign, and signing up for email subscriptions. This would be a nod to Queen Anne's early days, where you had a strong community family feel to the business and held regular dances which staff and their families attended. Another opportunity is to do an Indigenous collaboration campaign where flavours and recipes are created in collaboration with Indigenous peoples using their natural ingredients. A percentage of the products from the sales of these flavoured chocolates would go to Indigenous peoples' chosen causes. Another opportunity is to create a Share Something Special About Your Community campaign. This would begin with Queen Anne sharing behind the scenes of the Queen Anne community, from the beginnings of the cacao bean farmers, manufacturing, through to the end sales and services process with the focus on the communities involved. This will promote brand awareness, build trust through transparency and education. Given trust and transparency are important to your target market, this is an effective way of building this connection with your consumers. These suggestions are just a few of many PR opportunities you can utilize for promotional purposes. Finally, we'll come to personal selling. Personal selling is an important part of having a boutique, and your customer experience is based on how good your staff represent your brand. Therefore, it is important to invest in staff training. Bricks and mortar store representatives should be trained to upsell, educating the consumers on everything the brand has to offer. Many of the products we have suggested are feeder products to others in the product line, which should make this task easy. There is another important aspect to having a physical store presence, as Wang explains. The store serving as a billboard that provides information about the existence of the brand, being the most likely marketing communications role of the offline stores. Based on the promotional mix I have just discussed and the role they play, we recommend that the largest amount of your marketing resources budget be allocated to digital marketing. We suggest 50% to digital marketing, 30% to public relations, and 20% to personal selling. Summing up everything Jake and I have presented, we conclude that the Australian market is already at maturity and in decline. It is advised that Queen Anne enter with caution. There is an opportunity for introducing a prestigious specialty gluten-free chocolate product line centered around shared celebrations, events, and experiences. A return to Queen Anne's bakery roots, adding specialty cakes to the product line, Queen Anne can differentiate itself with premium gluten-free products and services targeting the health conscious. We recommend using the following. For your major product pricing strategy, we recommend customer value-based price ceiling. Multiple channel distribution, which is direct to retailer through company-owned platforms and boutiques. An IMC strategy that is heavily focused on digital marketing alongside some PR and personal selling. If including specialty cakes isn't an option for Queen Anne, then it might be better to expand into a country with a faster growing market. We appreciate you taking the time to listen to our presentation and look forward to assisting you further. Cheers.